G'day guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are here with The Mandalorian, Chapter 19, The Convert. Last week's episode kind of blew me away, especially with the mythosaur. And I honestly, I don't know where we're going to go from here, because I didn't expect, the mines, or the, I've never expected the mythosaur, but I didn't expect the mines until maybe toward the tail end of the season, so I honestly don't know where we go from here, and I cannot wait to find out. So let's check it out. Alright, so we're actually pretty much immediately from where we left off, and that's cool. I like how they're like Power Ranger torches on the helmets just show up whenever they need it. It's funny.
I am redeemed.
So yeah, okay, you didn't actually see anything at all. That's interesting.
Let's get out of here.
But she's keeping it a secret. Why? Man, I love those things.
This is the way.
This
This
is the way.
He tried to say it, that's funny. It's adorable. You would have to have faith that your jetpack was in good working order. Still needs to learn how to land. I don't think we've seen him land, like, well yet, have we? Oh man, that's classic. I love it. What are they bombing? Is that her car? Oh yeah, okay, I was about to say. They're bombing her castle. That sucks. Who did she piss off that much? Like, seriously.
Those mudscuffers bombed my home.
Come on, R5. Get your stuff together. Is it? This is Coruscant, isn't it? She's from Gideon's ship, right? She looks familiar. Wasn't there a theory going around at the time where people thought that could have been Sabine Wren?
Anything would be comfortable compared to the
Alright, that guy just reminds me from that guy from Ratatouille, right? The chef. Okay, so they're all former Empire. They've all been rehabilitated, and they're all together, like living together. Man,
Long live the New Republic.
like, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Long live the New Republic.
Man, I'm glad he's alright, Dr. Pershing. Because he seemed like a decent enough guy. He was just doing some bad things because he was made to. Or at least, made to.
Oh,
Those are cool.
just
Sort of
so
just
many
glowing popsicles.
it's all a bit overwhelming.
I mean, that droid in the background juggling on stilts, not as impressive as it would be if it was like a real person doing that.
Special.
Interesting. So they archive it all, but destroy everything related to that Pacific project. They're literally just destroying everything Empire related, right? I don't know if I trust this woman. Like, could be some kind of test to make sure he's actually sort of rehabilitated. And he won't do anything against the New Republic. Like, she seems to be very much leading him on, right?
You're helping the New Republic.
Like, he obviously wants to continue his research for good reasons, right? There's creating clone organs and all that to actually help people. Be a test to see if he's actually rehabilitated. Because, like, he's like brand new to the program, right?
Keep it together, Doc.
And he's already sort of breaking the rules with this woman who
Get the hang of it.
she's already kind of pushed him to do all this stuff, and it's very much like, I would not trust this woman. Hey, another shot of Coruscant.
Have you done this before?
Where do you think I got the biscuits?
Makes sense. But also, someone could have just given them to her. Gain, sort of gain his trust and all that sort of thing. Like I said, it could be all part of a test. Like, I think when they get there, it could be very much just like an ambush, like a trap, right?
Trust me.
No.
Now.
Yeah. How convenient. There's something soft to land on. Right there. Right when they choose to jump. Damn. Just to have them sitting there. Not even just sitting there, they're very intimidating. Because they're so damn big. And again, it's very much like you can tell that they're not actually there. You can tell it's on a screen. And I don't know why I'm nitpicking, but I've just noticed it, and it's... Once you notice something, you can't really unnotice it, right? That's a cool bug. His eyes are glowing. First step would be to turn your torches off. That's what I'd do. I mean, you're in a big ship. There's probably plenty of places you could hide, right?
Keep moving.
Because they're not going to search it. If they are, you know, if there was surveillance on it, you know, they're not going to search every inch of that ship, right?
Stop!
Uh-huh.
Amnesty Scientist, L-52, raise your hands. You are under arrest.
Your test results came back positive. You're a stage 5 dumbass.
Uh-huh. He's under arrest, but she's not. Failed the test, my friend. Hard to be kind of mad at something you kind of expected this whole time, right?
Wait.
Just disappointed at his naivety. Is it like effectively brainwashing or like what? I don't understand. No, does she seem guilty? Like, part of her does look a little guilty about the whole thing,
I
but
thought he was doing so well.
I don't know.
You've done the right thing.
Thanks.
Turning red's never a good thing. The whole way, so is it actually gonna erase his memories now? I mean, long live the Empire, I guess.
I am Bo-Katan of Clan Kreese.
Put some respect on
Your
that name.
house has fallen from the way. You are both apostates.
He speaks the truth.
I'm curious about her motivation. Right, because she was all alone. And, you know, her castle just got bombed, right? So she doesn't actually have a home. But now all of a sudden, yeah, she's one of them. But, like, what's safer for her, right? It being on her own or being just completely surrounded by Mandalorians, right? But I'm also curious as to why, like, she didn't oppose the fact that she is now one of them, right? Because there was that look at that, I assume is Beskar Mandalorian, Mythosaur skull on the wall there. So I wonder if she's going to stick around a bit until, you know, and dig for information about the Mythosaur and the Great Mandalore, right? And how he tamed the Mythosaur and all that sort of stuff. She's going to learn all the stories, kind of learn more about the way. Maybe she will become one of them, or maybe she's just going to use them until she gets what she needs / wants, which is, you know, maybe the Darksaber, maybe it's information on taming the actual Mythosaur. Like, what is her actual end game, and why the sudden, yeah, about face about the whole thing, right? Like, she mocked them every step of the way. Every time Din was there, every time Din brought up the way, she mocked him, and yet here she is. Oh, so willing to not take off her helmet. She's willing to join them, and like, what is her true end game in this whole thing? And man, like, I'm still a little disappointed in Dr. Pershing and his naivety. I mean, granted, he doesn't seem like the type of person to have much social interaction, but you know, still couldn't pick up, like, maybe the fact that this is all I just got here, and yet she's kind of pushing me to break all these rules, right? So, like, I don't know. I'm disappointed that he didn't pick up on that, didn't like question it in any way. He just wanted to continue his research, and maybe he is telling truth. Maybe it was for good reason. Maybe he wanted to grow those organs, right? Like clone organs to actually help people. But there could have been other motivations, right? And this Elia Kane, right? She's definitely like the whole thing, right? Not just her, but the whole thing is kind of weird, right? They all get rehabilitated. They all get that, well, I can't even remember what they call it now, but that the machine that soothes traumatic experiences. I have no idea what the hell that means. So most of them get that, I assume, right? And then they all get put into this housing program, but they all get put together in the same place, and that is not a good idea, because they're all hanging out, they're having fun, but they're all reminiscing about the old days, about hyperspace travel, about the travel biscuits, whatever. But the fact is, they're all together. Like, their memories haven't been wiped. They're all together. And that's when people talk, right? And you get all these people who are, some of which, not all, some of which are all, long live the Empire. All of them talking amongst themselves, and this is where bad things start to happen. And we saw at the end there, she upped that the machine, right, the power on that machine to totally wipe his mind. But the question is why? Like, why erase his memories? Is it to do with the research? Is it to do with maybe she's under orders from Gideon, who could still very much be alive, right? Is it to do with all the research and what it pertains to, even though he doesn't seem to know what the actual goal of his research was, right? That's what it seems to be. Maybe she was under orders. Maybe she did it because she still believes in the Empire. Maybe she knew something that Pershing didn't. I don't know. And like, I know this show, I think it was Favreau, maybe, who said that this show was supposed to be about the beginnings of the First Order. So maybe this is all sort of where it comes together. Like, we've seen the cloning stuff still happening without Pershing, right? But it's all still happening. And you've got all these Imperial warlords who we've also just seen here. Like, if it was a singular warlord chasing down Bo-Katan, they got a decent amount of Imperial TIE fighters, right? TIE interceptors, TIE bombers. Like, that's a pretty strong warlord to have the resources to bring in all those ships and Lord knows what else, right? So you got all these little bits and pieces, all of them coming together, and it's like, it's the beginnings of the First Order. Like, you've got all of them on Coruscant right there, just all of them coming together, all of them talking. You got actions like, Dr. Pershing just erasing his memories, and Lord knows what else she's done before we saw all this, or what else she's going to do. I can't wait to find out if we see her again. But man, like, I love this show. I really do. It blew my expectations away with already going to the mines, already doing this. Where, like, when season 2 finished, I was like, okay, maybe they're gonna have, Grogu with Luke, and they're gonna just sort of drop in and out between the two characters. Like, Mando's gonna be doing his thing with Mandalore and all of that, like trying to reach Mandalore, do all of that. But they're gonna have scenes, maybe not every episode, but maybe a couple of scenes here and there every couple of episodes with Grogu training with Luke, and then they come together at the end, and it's all about Mandalore, the Darksaber, Bo-Katan, like all that. But considering we've already had the mines, we've had a mythosaur show up, so that's gonna probably come back. Like, that's not a one-off thing. So, like, I don't know where we go from here, really. Because if they're gonna have more episodes like this, that it's just gonna blow my mind away. Like, I don't know. I cannot wait to find out, honestly. Man, I hate the fact that it's one episode a week. I really do, but at the same point, but yeah, like, yeah, at the same time, it just makes me just want to watch it every week, man.